Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Monday Novice fight with me, your host, Imperial Dane. Featuring today a 1 vs 1 on Semois. In the darkness of Semois, we shall be trying, a slightly different format. Of course, we'll be trying to pause a bit more, try to explain things a bit more, and of course, we'll see how that one works out. Do people like it? Do they not? All that sort of stuff. Two players are sort of not quite novice. I apologize, but again, I do think this might work a bit better. But still, they're going to make some mistakes because they're not, highly ranked either. Again, I'm sort of trying around, and again, I figure, try something where I don't, constantly, shout at it, because again, some people do seem to get a bit worried about that, considering the fact it's a bit acting. Nonetheless, we are seeing a 3 pioneer setup from 13ssHanschardivision fighting for the 17th SS. The 13th never really got into sort of heavy fighting. It was mostly in the Balkans as a partisan anti-partisan unit, opposing him Yeaz of the 1st Infantry Division. So let's see how this goes. Of course, he's popping in the pioneers right there, and since this is a relatively short one, we can still pause a lot. In fact, why is he doing that? Because he's setting up a forward barracks. I mean, it's not uncommon. In fact, Semois tends to be one of the better maps to do this. But if you do that, mistake, he forgot the fuel point. Also a bad thing, again, this fuel point is pretty much vital. It's one of the few medium ones, and look up there, doing quite well. But here, he's trying to set up a forward barracks, which then involves him getting a lot of Panzergrenadiers to sort of follow up on that. It's a start some Wehrmacht players like to do, since they have a more forward position. It spends no fuel, which you can then use with other things. And it's one of the few cases where you see a Wehrmacht player actually go pretty heavy on the Panzergrenadiers. In the meanwhile, we are seeing a more regular 2 engineer start from Yeaz, rifleman on the way, and of course the Panzergrenadiers will be a bit delayed. Then again, the more forward position will mean, of course, less time to actually travel out onto the battlefield. But again, not really good, Mr. Hanschar. Not really good at all, and I also believe they actually had fezzes, those little funny-looking hats. I believe that division had, and I believe they were actually formed from Muslims. I believe there were some, in fact, who fought for the Führer in the SS. So there's a bit of fun facts for you. We are seeing a more swing from Yeaz towards it. He's not straight into the town. In fact, he's seeing a bit longer out. Some players actually like to do that, sort of a more swing towards the west here. Can catch some Wehrmacht players off guard, wiring off here. And there we go, the forward barracks is up. He's actually setting up for another platoon, but still, that's going to be a heavily delayed fuel income. Plus, of course, this point is not even going to be connected for some while. Second unit, Jeep. So Yeaz is going for perhaps a bit more of a reconnaissance purpose. More wire right here, setting up a small bulwark against the tide of Yanks. Rather than moving about, and still he seems to be now shifting a bit around. First Volksgrenadier squad out for the Hanschar in the 17th SS. Götz von Berlichingen, named after a German knight, I believe, from somewhere in the 15th century, who had a sort of prosthetic hand, so he could actually still use a sword after having lost his previous hand, strangely enough. As I know, Volksgrenadiers and Pioneers are engaging these riflemen caught a bit off guard. Jeep, though, doing quite a bit of nice harassment. This is actually why some players actually use a Jeep early on, basically to harass, and there we go. This Pioneer is definitely not happy, constantly running into the front bit of that Jeep. Riflemen are pulling back, might be expecting more rifleman assistance. Engineers continue towards here, taking points. In the name of Uncle Sam, the Volksgrenadiers are pushing onwards. Riflemen might want to consider just getting out of there. This is not going to end well for them. They're not really achieving much. Might be better to just pull back and wait for more troops. Lots of wire going on right there. Nice to see Semois. In fact, he's definitely really, hoping to deny his opponent cover, which is definitely not a bad idea in this case. Also note, cover is, directional. In this case, these two chaps are gaining nothing. On the other hand, these two are. And already some are dropping, so this is not really a good position for Yeaz to be fighting against these chaps, of which 3 are in heavy cover. Also note against there's something about distance. And yes, I'm sorry for shifting about, but I hope to sort of explain. There's short, there's medium, and there's sort of long. Yeah, can't really show it, but the essence is Volksgrenadiers have the advantage at longer ranges. It's a small advantage, but still they have an advantage. Riflemen, on the other hand, have the advantage within the sort of the close area, and they actually comparatively have a much larger advantage. So this sort of fighting is only to the advantage of the Volksgrenadiers, whereas for the Riflemen, this is pretty bad. So yeah, small explanation there again. I hope you sort of like it. If you do like the video, and of course share it with all your other novice friends. We are seeing Riflemen push up here to support Jeep. He could be used to push the Volksgunners a bit out of cover, and looks like he's doing that. There we go. One drop right through the head. 30 caliber light tearing through these poor fellows. And not a 50 caliber, some I have seen mistakenly claim the 50 caliber was in fact much larger. Volksgunner down, he's down to, and Pioneers are caught out in the middle of the road. Although at the same time the Bartwire here is in fact ensuring that Yeaz is not pushing any further in, because again he won't have any cover to actually stand on, which would definitely give these Volksgunners the much greater advantage. Whoops. So again, that's something to note of. Pulling up there, Pioneers moving up there, more Volksgunners. Again, he's getting the most out of that forward barracks. Usually you will see about 4 Volksgunner squads. Then a nice little follow-up would be to actually get a medic bunker. And there we go, bunker up right by the church. A small extension, I suppose. Although probably not quite as hallowed, although I'm pretty sure the soldiers will be appreciating that upgrade a bit more. And just continue here, and this is actually a nice move. He's mining off this. This is perhaps the most usual spot. Again, it's not necessarily going to be something that Hanschar will be noting, and of course will be running straight into it. Volksgunner is pushing on there right out in the middle of the road. They have to be a bit careful. Yeaz might want to push off these rifles, in fact. Also, I mean, usually in response to such a start with lots of Volksgunners, what do you do as an American commander? Of course, I might be wondering, well, the usual response, in particular from a lot of high-ranking players, is in fact to go for the Browning automatic rifle, as that can really, turn the tide against the Volksgunners and do a lot of damage. Mines going down, nice, another push. These rifles don't need to get back, they need a trias, and in fact, they have very low health and will easily end up just being no casualties. Engineers need to push up here. He's clearly forgetting a bit about things here. And meanwhile, Hanschar, leading the 17th SS troops, are holding up. The 17th itself was largely composed of ethnic Germans from Hungary, or was it Romania generally. They had some training, but they never really received the full training before the fighting actually began. They never really were fully equipped either. They even had to make do with bicycles, which is a bit sad when considering they were a Panzergrenadier division. I mean, usually bicycles were more reserved for the Fusiliers of an infantry unit, which was sort of more their elite troops. Rather than moving in from the north, sending them in piecemeal again. It's not really a good thing to do, as again that usually means more focused fire. More riflemen on the way, so he's going for a slightly more extended initial tier. Yeaz needs to get away. Again, rifleman needs to focus. Might be an idea to pop them in the house there, or something else. Yeaz though needs to get away, get away. Run, drive. Mines right in front of the enemy again. Not something, because again, he'll just, walk around it if he's actually notices it. More rifle moving in though against the Volksgunners now out in the open, and there, here we go. He's actually moving them in close, which is a bit of a mistake, but then again, now these riflemen need to retreat. Oh dear, this could be a loss for Yeaz. Yes, indeed. There we go, he should have been retreating those much earlier again. Low health squads can much easier end up being complete casualties for you. It is something, as an American commander, you do need to be very careful about. In this case, it cost Yeaz very dearly, and there we go. Panzerfaust goes off, knocking out the Jeep. Another pretty severe loss for Yeaz and the 1st Infantry Division against the 17th SS. Otherwise, I mean, the 17th SS, while they were certainly lacking in the vehicular department, they still had I believe, the full complement of MGs and such, which usually, I believe, for Panzergrenadiers actually involved, they had 2 MGs for each infantry squad, which again is a pretty nasty little thing. I think some infantry divisions, Fusiliers, also had those. I believe the 352nd actually had those against well, so they were in that sense also pretty heavily equipped. Medics moving in. No attempt by Yeaz to perhaps stop those medics. Volksgunners moving in again. A bit of nice here would have been to actually have followed up with some engineers to cut the wire. Instead, again, his troops are exposed and will need to retreat.
Forward supply lines are broken.
And there we go, retreating. Yeaz is having a bit of trouble. He's holding larger parts of the map, but he is, of course, also experiencing some issues, put mildly. Medic down, but still, decent map control. Supply yard up. And, of course, I mean, we are seeing that Hanschar has gone, for the skirmish phase due to the Panzerfaust. More Volksgunners pushing in. Also, little fun fact, Volksgunners, once you reach the skirmish phase, actually seize territory a bit fast. I mean, they won't be as fast as Riflemen or Grenadiers, but they can actually take territory, reasonably fast. Which, of course, means after that stage, if you have enough Grenadiers, you can then, use the Volksgunners to sort of follow up and secure points. But again, I mean, also note, and this is also quite nice to note, I mean, he's, actually operating with the Volksgrenadiers, in two-team squads. I mean, they're able to that way get much greater firepower, and generally, Volksgrenadiers work much better with another unit. I mean, two squads of Volksgrenadiers have a much greater chance of doing anything, and they also tend to have a much greater chance, I think, if you actually throw the equal amount of riflemen at them. So in that sense, two team of Volksgrenadiers, that is an actually proper squad, is actually what you actually want to be operating with your Volksgrenadiers in, or something other, a unit to, provide some additional firepower. So, fun fact there, nicely handled, although I suppose it could be a bit more aggressive. Now, though, the American is being more pushed back, we are seeing a motor pull up, armored car on the way, at the same time, storm armory on the way. And these pioneers are going to get an engineer surprise, submachine gun rounds being exchanged, and the pioneers are quickly rushed off. Rifleman hiding here, although not again in a good condition. We're in fact seeing 3 engineers. Armored car ready, needs armored skirts. And Pioneer squad down. Looks like he might be heading towards the west again. No? Yes? No? Make up your mind. Volksgrenadiers getting ready to move in towards that victory point. Armored car rolling in. We're also seeing veterancy up. That's good. That's good. And again, the medic bunker really synergizing all these Volksgrenadiers. Armored car though needs to be careful. Oh! Blimey, he could almost gotten that one. There we go, armored skirts, but still, that was a bit reckless by Yeaz. And yeah, a bit bad luck there, but again, it can happen. And again, that's also, what gives Company Heroes, its flair, I suppose. But let's just briefly pause. I mean, 10-minute situation by 10 minutes. Well, there wasn't actually longer than 30, never mind. We'll just take it as it goes. I mean, looking at the situation currently for Yeaz, not really good. I mean, he's, being caught off guard, but the Volksgrenadiers has not entirely reacted perfectly. He lost a squad when he shouldn't have, lost a jeep. He hasn't really been able to get off a lot of mines, although still some casualties to the Wehrmacht have been much smaller than the ones inflicted to the Americans. He could have done with more mines, I think. Also a bit more aggression at times, and of course a bit more harassment. He's been, a bit too casual, and again, I think the proper response initially should have been a BAR upgrade, but then again, I mean, then the usual response is, in fact, as Hanscher goes for the Sturm Armory. He's expecting that, not an armored car, so in that sense, it could be that there's a small advantage right there for Yeaz. Since again, I mean, in this case, Hanscher is sort of going for what he knows. He's going for, he has a plan, alright, I go for 4 Volksgrenadiers, then Sturm Armory, because my opponent will go for BARs. Brilliant, Hanscher, brilliant. And then, of course, something goes wrong, and he's like, oh, scheisse, what do I do now? But anyways, I mean, just sort of my opinion on it. The American commander still has its chances, but it does involve this armored car quickly and repaired. A more solid push, perhaps some grenades, and perhaps also, somehow clearing out this barbed wire. An armored car could in fact be a good way to do so. And also he needs some harassment over here. He needs to, draw away the attention of Hanscher from just the center. I mean, he can't just, be trying to hammer his way through again. The sort of head-on approach is generally considered a bad approach. Let's return to the fight. And oh, my nose is itchy. How cruel. And there we go. We are seeing Blitzkrieg. We are seeing the more veteran troops. And usually, I mean, each SS division, which usually had a core of veterans from another SS division, which had sort of more experience. Not sure about the 17th. The 17th actually also did receive some reinforcements, some more veteran ones from the 10th, and I believe also the 9th SS. Usually is a battalion of reconnaissance troops from each. Mechanized, in fact, so they would have some half-tracks in that sense. And some much more experienced troops. Although that did leave the 9th and 10th SS a bit blind. They still had some minor reconnaissance units, but I mean, they were lacking a vital asset right there, since they were in fact lacking 2 battalions. But Stormtroopers moving up. I imagine, I mean, considering again he's not going to Sturm Armory up, I mean Kriegbags, he's probably going to be using them as his anti-tank assets. It's a slightly older Wehrmacht trick. It's not one you see so often anymore. But I mean, usually you'd see them get Stormtroopers and then get Panzergrenadiers. Panzergrenadiers are not quite, the end of all light vehicles anymore. So you generally see them less. But there we go. Huge push by Hanscher. Yeaz needs to pull back here. He needs to be really careful. Really careful, in fact. He hasn't really prepared himself for that, in fact. Retreat. Pull back. In fact, you should just retreat outright. This is not good. No, select them. Press T. Come on, Yeaz. You're surrounded by 4 Volksgrenadiers firing away at you. Just get out of there, man. Get out of there. Oh, way too late. Definitely going to onboard a little bit. Stormtroopers moving up there. Panzer equipped as predicted. Stormtroopers firing off against the engineers. This is definitely going to be to the Storm's advantage. Right here, caught behind. And again, they're going to be facing one hell of a firing squad. Again, Yeaz needs to just press retreat and hope for the best. He should not be trying to fight this. Unless he somehow has grenades, in which case he could do a bit of damage. Otherwise, get the bloody hell out of there, Yeaz. This is a pointless fight. You're facing off against numerous Kar 98Ks plus some single shot SW. Oh, we are seeing the grenade, but again, he should have retreated. Again, he just got pummeled. And Yeaz's problem is clearly, you know, retreating in time, knowing when to hold your ground, knowing when to fight. And Pioneer's getting a bit battered. Yeaz is not really being able to put up a good pressure. He's actually lost 2 rifleman squads now. Again, he's definitely, showing some more novice things. Again, know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Know when to stand your ground, know when to get the bloody hell out of there. In this case, not really good for Yeaz. In fact, he's lost around this area 2 rifleman squads. Not good. Not good at all. In particular, he doesn't have a medic station either. We are seeing the first Sturmgeschütz arriving. The 13th did have a battalion of those as an emplacement of Panzers, as each Panzergrenadier division was supposed to have, but a lot of them in fact just got assault guns. Crashing through a bit of trees, jolly good. Anti-tank gun ready. Getting a heavy machine gun. I mean, nice response, but I feel it's a bit too late. And he also needs some more. Oh, mine goes off, but at least it wasn't the armored car that got hit. Heavy machine gun moving up, anti-tank gun moving up. 50 caliber rounds raking the German troops. Sturmgeschütz gets off a nice hit on the side of the armored car. More riflemen, Volksgrenadiers moving in. Riflemen here need to retreat again. Yeaz, retreat, retreat, retreat. 30 caliber opening up on the stormtroopers. 50 caliber joining in. Stug moving in. Needs to be careful. Needs to be careful. Anti-tank gun gets off a nice hit on the assault gun. Would be an idea to get some veterancy for it. Hanschar trying to fire away at the heavy machine gun, but he does get a bit of light cover from here, making it a bit harder to hit. And generally the difference between light and heavy cover is light only makes you harder to hit. Heavy cover also gives you a small damage protection, sort of resistance bit. Stormtroopers are advancing. More Panzergrenadiers on the way. He's definitely hoping to sneak in. Riflemen need to advance as well. Nebelwerfer's on the way. That's jolly nice. Stormtroopers advancing. Vorsicht men now. He might even be hoping to act. Oh, there we go though. Spotted right there. Careful, careful. Oh dear, retreat, retreat, retreat. He's... Oh, that was unfortunate. Assault gun also needs to get away. Armor piercing rounds can do a lot. They actually gain a damage bonus, and there we go. The Stug has very low health. It's got, less than a Panzer IV in that sense. I mean, about 300 to 400. And there we go. Sturmgeschütz sind kaputt. Bit of a nasty loss right there. I mean, he's still holding the advantage, but he just lost a Stormtrooper squad and a Sturmgeschütz. Again, veterans, he would definitely help that out. Assault gun, armored car pulling up. 30 caliber moving up closer. Volksgrenadier under heavy fire. This is the time for Yeaz to break out. Volksgrenadier down. BAR's at the same time increasing firepower. He needs more riflemen though. He needs more riflemen to really exploit this, to really get the most out of it. Volksgrenadier's caught out in the open. Bit of light cover from the shrubbery, but that's about it. 50 caliber and 37mm. He needs to push up though. Nebelwerfer now. Nebelwerfer trying to, of course, hit this nice clump of American troops. Move up. Don't clump next in the middle of the road. Anti-tank gun, direct hit. Heavy machine gun, ooh, nicely hit as well. Rifleman need to advance, pinned down. And the armored car's just pushing on. Flamethrowers moving in, need to get away. Ooh, actually a hole in the cemetery wall, that's good. Stormtroopers opening up, but they have exposed themselves instead. More riflemen moving up. 30 caliber retreating. Mine goes off, or was that a bundle grenade? A geballte Ladung, actually a World War I tactic. That essentially involved just strapping more grenade warheads on a stick grenade, a Stahlgranate. Riflemen need to retreat again. They don't really get much cover out of that because due to the barbed wire. Panzers exploding great big holes into the wall. Engineers moving up. Veterans in run for this. Little armored car. Grenadiers have in fact been reformed. More stuff on the way from the weapons reports, and I do think another rifleman squad would have been nicer still. Not really any huge progress for Yeaz. In fact, let's just speed this part up a bit. Be quiet. Armor coming up, opening up on the 13ssHanschardivision, sending those away. Nice little belt of mines. He's probably not worried about the stormtrooper sneaking. In this case, you know, a mine belt can work. He's actually gotten himself a mortar. Nice idea. Could definitely be used to sort of bum out the crowd. Troops of the 17th are pushing up again, expecting here, and again this is another problem that Yeaz is constantly conforming to. He keeps pushing down the same spot instead of, you know, trying to sort of keep Hanschard guessing by, you know, constantly weaving back and forth between the two main roads of approach. I mean, he had something in the beginning, but then it sort of fell apart and he just sort of stuck to the same spot, which is a bit of a bloody shame. Although looks like he's making a minor one now, but might not work out fully. Stormtroopers advancing, though could be hitting a mine. More Stooks on the way. And we are finally seeing some veterans here as well. Americans moving towards the west. Good. Stormtroopers, ooh, once more getting hit. 2 30 calibers in this time around, doing a bit of damage.
Attention.
Making a nice push over here, although again, he doesn't quite have anything to really stop any assault guns if they were to appear, which is a bit of a fumble. Mortar, they're opening up on the German positions. And missing spectacularly. Nebelwerf already 5 kills, veterans 1 for the Stuke, gives it a 15% damage reduction, definitely always nice, and definitely generally also why you should always at least get veterans 1 for all your armor and vehicles, as largely they all get some sort of damage reduction bonus. Vehicles in fact gain a 25% damage reduction bonus, so again, getting it for them can also pay off. More Nebelwerfer fire, second Nebelwerfer on the way. Moving towards this victory point, while this one's being secured by the Wehrmacht in return. Mines going off due to Nebelwerfer fire, mortar getting a bit hit. Armor car needs to be careful, Stooks are moving in. Both assault guns arriving. And missing. Although the 37mm gun of the armored car can't really penetrate the frontal arm of the Stuke. 80mm. Should just get the bloody hell out of there. Anti-tank gun is arriving, but I feel it's a bit too late.
Attention. The enemy advances.
But he's clearly now shifting, although again it's not quite a full proper shift. Not a full proper shift. Folks, guys moving in, MP40s, and let's pause again. Concentration not really looking much better for Yeaz. He's not really been able to break out. He's caused some losses, but I mean, Hanschard is much quicker to suddenly, you know, just shrug it off, because again he's caused much greater losses to Yeaz due to Yeaz's poor unit preservation and again slightly off combat tactics and basically just, you know, hammering his head into a brick wall. Generally considered a bit bad for your health. On the way, I'm seeing an anti-tank gun now, heavy machine guns, all this, he's slightly making, you know, effort there, but it's a bit too late, too little. He should have done it earlier, I think. But let's return to Hanschard. I mean Yeaz, who's not even chosen a doctrine, which I also think is a bit of a shame. Let's return. He definitely needs some sort of real luck. Engineers down to the MP40 Volksgrenadiers. Rather than need to be careful, more MP40 equipped troops are moving in. Volksgrenadier here losing to the 50 caliber and the rifleman with the Browning automatics. Pioneers sent running. Volksgrenadiers actually pushed off again, though they were fighting at a distance. And again, MP40 is a short-range weapon. Oh, Hanschard did not retune his Volksgrenadiers in time, thus losing not just the Volksgrenadiers, of course, the 50 munition spent on MP40s, the machine pistol on 40. More Nebelwerfer fire now against, of course, this suspected target of Allied resistance. In the meanwhile, we are seeing an additional anti-tank gun, not a bad idea. Mines, lots of mines by Yeaz. He's really hoping, you know, to draw in him. Also, perhaps, you know, to deter any stormtroopers from sneaking in and doing anything naughty. 30 caliber, though, suppressed. Rockets are doing a lot of nasty stuff around here.
Initiating defensive operations.
Medics moving up.
What's our plan?
And there we go, defensive operations. He could even be getting a howitzer if he wanted to, bombard the opponent on map. That could in fact work. Lots of infantry in fact clustered up a bit here. He could even get the Nebelwerfers with a howitzer strike, so that's not entirely a bad idea. Could in fact be the thing he needs to keep up the pressure on. In fact, there we go. I do believe he's getting a howitzer. That could be what Yeaz needs. The opening. Grenadiers holding out here though. No upgrades for them. He could get an LMG for it. Would not make it a bit easier to hold any sort of infantry assaults by Yeaz. Engineers, get out of there. You're not really in a good position to take on Grenadiers and False Grenadiers. How it's almost done. Again, this spot would be nice. Nebelwerfers being maneuvered a bit. Of course, the question is, will he actually be firing at a good target, or just be firing into the blue? And there we go, pushing in more to advance a bit too quickly. And where's the rest to support this movement? You should do that first before really pushing in. How to not firing. Nebelwerfers are moving, and there we go, trying to sort of get over better target on the right hand side now, of course. Armored car moving about. No, decides. There we go. Armored car moving in, dealing with the Grenadiers, and there we go. Lots of fire on the main road. And there we go, counter-artillery fire knocks out the Nebelwerfer. That was what Yeaz was waiting for. Jolly good show. That's the trick behind counter-artillery battery fire. Medics going down. Wounded, dead. Oh, dear. Oh. Some losses, but he wasn't able to quite fully knock out the Nebelwerfers. They could still be used, but still he should push on now. Come on, Yeaz. Push. Push. Damn it. Attack! Well, we are of course seeing a quick reaction from Hanschar. He might even be recruiting those Nebelwerfers. Troops are moving in as well. And there we go, Veteran D2 for the assault guns. Armor car needs to get out of there. Anti-tank guns need to be on the spot, but again, sadly, Yeaz is not really good, pushing an assault. He's constantly, lagging behind, not, fully developing assault plans. It's sort of like, oh right, I need anti-tank guns. Come on, more properly developed assault plans. Otherwise, you're just going to, end up losing a lot of troops because again, you're sending them in piecemeal. And again, the anti-tankers are nowhere near the front, nowhere near ready to take it. And of course, one Nebelwerfer has been recruited. We'll be seeing more artillery counter fire. I mean, already 9 kills for that howitzer just with 1 barrage, and he's probably going to fire another counter barrage. Ooh, a bit too far, a bit too far. Oh, blimey, he got it. He, of course, might have been expecting it to move. Of course, this time he might have been a bit better on it. Next one, though, quickly recruit. Stug under fire from the anti-tank guns. Need to push, though. Need to push forwards. Forwards. Forwards, men, to glory, liberty. All that stuff. Stug, though, suffering a bit of fire. We're actually seeing smoke now. That's interesting. Also note, this howitzer has actually been doing quite well already. Veterans in 2 and only 2 barrages. That's certainly also a bit of an issue for Hanschar because he's clumping things out a bit too much. Troops getting pinned down though. Defensive Nebelwerfer barrage. Medic station poorly placed and also should have been up much earlier, I think. More smoke covering up the troops a bit, but they're definitely in a bad position. Anti-tank, I'm not sure why it's behind the house instead of in front of it to take on fire on the Stugs. One is in fact heavily damaged. Come on, call in some rangers, just do something. You're floating too much manpower, Yeaz. Too much manpower. False Grenadiers getting burned though. And also note, smoke affects a lot of things, but one of the things it does not affect is flamethrowers and grenades, all that sort of stuff. Well, some grenades might be caused in terms of hit, but still, flamethrowers are not affected. So I mean, in one sense, are not bad ideas to lay down smoke and then charge in with the flamethrower troops first. In this case, the false grenades are trying to fire in. They can't really do much in the and meanwhile, the flamethrowers can actually do something against them. So I mean, that's a little, something to remember when it comes to using smoke. Assault guns moving in. Come on, perhaps call in some rangers, just, call in something. And more artillery again. Here's the thing to remember as well. As it gains more veterancy, the cooldown between every barrage actually decreases. So I mean, already gaining veterancy 2 means it's going to fire much faster. Really nicely handled right there. And he's hitting the church. Oh, nice hit, killing 2 grenadiers outright. Mine goes off. And the Stug actually suffering a bit further damage. Another Needlewerfer has arrived. Oh, how that was bloody lucky. He actually caused the church. And we're seeing a mortar barrage from the officer. That's actually pretty rare. It actually does anything, but he actually managed to kill 3 with them. Good job, Gottlieb. You'll get a promotion for that. Still pretty rare to see the officer, but he's actually using it in the frontline position, calling in artillery, although some munitions, if he has them, would be nice. Perhaps an OP somewhere over the rainbow. Still an officer, Gottlieb holding the line. There we go, Rangers, although he should have been pushing on much earlier. I do think that was a bit too late right there. And he's actually trying to sneak in, of course.
Light mechanized here.
A bit of mines here and here, you know, minefield, something to make it hard for the stormtrooper to sneak in. Oh dear, he could in fact do it. He could in fact sneak in on the howitzers. Move the armored car, come on, just do something. Move it, Los Gates. Oh wait, there we go. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Move in, react. I said react, not do nothing. Medic station are holding out. Alright, where are the Rangers? There we go, push them in, you know, just attack. But I mean, a fun little trick you can try to do, and of course, when you're in this sort of situation, you know you're going up against a blitzkrieg player, you know, mines. I mean, for example, here, you know, a few mines here, a bit of Bart 1 stuff like that could have made it much harder for the storm to sneak in unnoticed. Anyways, bit of a shame there, but nicely handled by Hanschar. Yeaz, though, needs to push on. He's actually doing some damage now. And again, he should have been a bit more aggressive, I think. Another mortar barrage. You filthy bastard, Gottlieb. Half-track moving up, but it's not been manned by engineers. That would be nice, you know, man the guns. Could be going for another howitzer. That could work. Rangers moving in. Thompson's on the way. Gottlieb pulling a bit back. Armored car rushing in, though. Should be careful. Panzerfaust. Assault guns. All the nasty stuff. Anti-tank moving up. Oh dear, we're seeing a cluster. Mess up. Traffic jam. Be careful. Vorsicht. This is actually an excellent target for a Nebelwerfer. Howitzer ready. Quickly call in some. Rangers moving in. Assault rifles equipped on the stormtroopers. This is just chaos. 30 caliber, I mean. Oh, that's actually a 50 caliber. On the half-track, doing a bit of damage rather than getting suppressed. Nebelwerfer fight, come on. Would be a nice spot. Yeah, we go. Artillery. Get up that other anti-tank gun. Oh, Full Grenadiers taking lots of stormtroopers. Stugs, oh, hits the cafe instead. Bit of a shame there, absolute chaos. And, oh wait, 1 supplier upgrade, that's nice, but he needs to be up quicker. He's at least regained some of the map, which is good, but again, I think it's sort of the situations where it's too little too late. I mean, now Hanschar is actually suffering a bit. He's actually not got a lot of Volksgrenadiers left, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just quickly check. Yes, in fact, down to 1 Volksgrenadier squad. I mean, all of a sudden, I mean, Yeaz is just doing terrible damage, but it's too late. It's too little too late. Storms are coming under fire. More and more are moving in fact, to support. Armored car doing what it can. Veteran D2 increases penetration. Veteran D3 actually gains a damage bonus.
Battery ready for fire mission.
Assault guns are moving in, though.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
17th SS, though, holding on quite nicely. Rangers and riflemen getting ready. Oh, Rangers haven't been fully reinforced. Careful, Yeaz. You know what happens when you send in troops not fully ready. Officer gets caught. Stug opens up directly. Light machine gun, of course, mounted. Oh, we are seeing, in fact, a bit of, you know, forced retreat from the officer. 50 munitions. You can send 1 squad running back home. Jolly nice done there by it, and in fact leaving behind the much weaker squad, thus allowing it to be much easier picked off. He is, of course, trying to use the Rangers to clear up the Nebelwerfer, but he just needs to retreat. Come on, Yeaz, retreat. More artillery fire. Rangers making a run for it. Storms was clearing out the medic station just before it was able to reform a squad. Bit of a shame. Now we're in fact seeing him doing all of this to sort of prevent this from getting rushed, but it's a bit too late again. That rather seems to be the motto of Yeaz. Too little, too late. Which you wonder how it would sound in Latin, but that's another matter. But we are going to be seeing a Tiger called in to support the 17th SS, although, I mean, it's not like they're in desperate need of Tiger support. I mean, they're doing quite alright. The officer's actually doing some stuff, so the stormtroopers, even the Volksgunners were remaining. Plus, of course, the 2 assault guns. Actually managed up quite a few kills as well. Armor car coming under fire. Stormtroopers a bit too close to the front. Tiger can be called in. Tiger. Tiger. More artillery. Come on, Tiger. Stugen on the hunt. No anti-tank guns nearby. Probably been lost though due to slightly poor positioning. More Rangers, no off combat groups, no Tiger, come on. Luskets. There we go, howitzer. At the naval level perhaps? No, right up here, much closer. Hitting absolutely nothing. Bit sad, come on, Tiger. Tiger. Oh well. Yeah, kitty. Oh well. Clearly, Hanschardivision have a different opinion. Rangers moving in. It's actually time to briefly pause again. Hanschardivision, anyways. I mean, currently in he's on a losing streak again. He's, finally reacting, doing something a bit more aggressive, a bit more bold, not losing troops senselessly, but again, too little, too late. Rifleman moving up. Stuke getting hit by lots of bazookas. Thompson's tearing through the Volksgrenadiers. Assault rifles on the other hand tearing through, and here's a fun little fact. While Rangers do have elite armor just like Veteran 22, Stormtroopers and Grenadiers, Stormtrooper assault rifles actually ignore the damage reduction bonus there. I mean, they're still harder to hit, but they take full damage. Stormtrooper called out there. Oh, bazooka does not fully penetrate the rear. Stormtroopers taking heavy losses, in fact suppressed. Bundle grenade, gewaltige Ladung. And one Ranger bites the dust. All 3 victory points in the hands, and there we go. The Tiger has arrived. Stuke firing away heroically. And Tiger moves in with its 88mm gun. First in 1942. Oh, 4 kills. Excellent shot, Helmut. These rifle need to retreat. Retreat. Uksuk. Leave. Vacate the premises. There's a Tiger. And he failed. Artillery firing. One Stuke heavily damaged. In fact, both are in a pretty nasty condition. Storms moving up. And we're seeing another bomb grenade against our Veteran 22 riflemen. Rangers and riflemen trying to hold up. Where's the Tiger? Howitzer Pan managed to kill someone. I'm not sure. American infantry is in dire trouble. Tiger got another rifleman squad, probably leaving Yeaz with only Rangers. Hold up behind the bocage. And taking heavy losses even then to the Tiger. Assault guns are moving in. Oh! Armor car did a bit of damage, and there we go. Yeaz retreats. The 1st Infantry Division has lost its fight against the 17th SS. I mean, again, there definitely were some novice aspects from both sides. Definitely things that could have been improved. And hopefully, again, I sort of hope this sort of slightly more relaxed and perhaps, sort of more methodical approach might also help some of you, gaining a bit of understanding of the game. So, of course, let me know in the comments if you actually found any of this helpful, if you just prefer the previous approach. Anyways, I mean, what were sort of the mistakes Yeaz made? I mean, we've all sort of gone through them, but again, just quickly, I mean, poor unit preparation, should have retreated sometimes much faster. Units with low health should not have been sent to the front line without a trip to a Trier center first. And generally lost too much too quickly. The armor car was alright, but then they sort of did nothing because all the engineers were far away, not able to help. Not quite clearly thought out, and then he sort of tried with a lot of bashing his head into a wall. Didn't succeed, had some minor success over here, but was quickly forced back in due to not properly preparing for the assault, not anti-tank, and all the necessary support needed to support the assault was not there. Again, prepare for that as well. Finally came back with the assault howitzer and all that, but he couldn't probably protect it, and again the assault sort of quickly lost momentum. So I mean, there were a lot of mistakes that rather coalesced into a larger mistake. I mean, Hanschard could have done better with some unit preservation from here to there, perhaps some mines. Overall, though, he did pretty well. So there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends, and if you didn't, well, why not send in a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.